All right, Pierre, let's hear it. Wow me. I want to be wowed.
Christian, if I wasn't put on the spot, it'd be dope. But now there's so much pressure.
Good.
This is not related
Pressure
to any of
creates
this.
diamonds.
That's what they tell poor people to keep us working. No, it's nepotism. It's by ruining other people's lives. Yeah, that's what creates diamond. It's by corruption. That's what creates diamond. Yeah, all this this is shit that rich people tell us to keep us working for them.
You know what? This is not a bad intro. Good job, Pierre. Wow. You really
trying my hardest.
Turned the tables and you didn't even try, did you? Look at that. You're so natural.
Oh, it's a hard life. What was I gonna say? Christian, I was listening to this freestyle. Nothing related to this podcast. Post Contra. Yes, Christian. You know I love good lines and shit. Christian, this guy, he's a twin. As in, he has a twin brother. The group is called Post Contra. This man said, "No twin been this high since September 10." And I was like, what the fuck? Which is like nothing, right? It's like because 9/11, like the Twin Towers. But I'm just like, bro, who thinks of that? The whole freestyle was sick, but that's one of their latest ones.
You should give a bar that's like relevant to the episode. That would make sense. And that'd be a very Pierre intro.
That's true. That's true. Because Gemma, Miss Casey, double personalities.
Could have been a bar about gems.
Or Eminem, evil twin. Well, that's not her evil twin. Anyway, Gemma, Miss Casey's just suffering over here. I'll think about that. For the finale, I'll have something, because the finale's sick. I hold that near and dear to me. But Christian.
But
this is about Gemma.
Yes. Season 2, episode 7. Chikai Bardo. Probably butchered that.
Daddy chill.
In this episode, we will dive into the histories of Mark and Gemma. We're going to get more light on Lumon's experiments, and like you mentioned, the emotional turmoil experienced by one particular lab rat, Miss Casey.
Oh my god.
So, after the seizure that was induced by Mark's reintegration attempt, he's lying unconscious in his apartment. He's being tended to by Devon and Dr. Reghabi. And since he's in this state, it's serving as a narrative segue that takes us, the viewer, down memory lane, and we experience vivid memories that chronicle his relationship with Gemma. From their initial meeting at the blood drive to their shared struggles about the miscarriage and then the quote-unquote death of Gemma. These recollections are providing us insight into the depth of their bond and then the grief that ultimately led Mark to undergoing the severance procedure. So, let me at least say this, right? The camera work was inspiring in this episode. There was this grainy filter that just sucks you into a world of nostalgia, and then a kiss transitioned you into one scene. The skips of a record player causes the camera to glitch skip into the next scene. Then the flips of a page of a book creates a flip transition into the next scene, and the music amplifies and speeds up, and so does the time skip. And then at some point, they're just bouncing between these different transition styles in this symphony of visual and audio effects. It was absolutely stunning. I could not believe the amount of effort that went into every single transition damn near in this episode. Like, I can't cover them all because it was just too much. It was too great. Not too much in a bad way. Like, it was fantastic. And I was so impressed that I had to look up the name of the director for this episode, and it was Jessica Lee Gagne. I don't know if I pronounced her last name right. But yeah, dude, just it really felt like we lived their life with them. Because the way that these effects stitched the memories together, it was so well done. I could not believe how good that was.
Yeah.
And it just kept going and going and going and going. Like, even after we get out of the flashback, it just keeps going. And like before, I talk about one of my favorite transitions, which was after the miscarriage, and then it transitioned with like wires. But before that though, how'd you feel about this flashback? We could start at the blood drive, I do want to say something about the blood drive. Mark, in the past, he looked badass.
Yes.
He looked like a model.
Yes, Christian. Yes.
Like, his demeanor was so different. The style, he just didn't give a fuck. That's what it felt like. He just walked through the world, and he's like, "Yeah, Mark, what's up?"
Yes.
It was so. I loved it, man. I loved that.
I'm so glad you picked up on that, because I did too. Of course you would fucking pick up on that, because you're Christian. But regardless, yes, yes, Christian. This also is just to show you, right? If you juxtapose the Mark aware of. The Mark who goes home sad every night. The Mark who gets pushed around. Like, the loss of his wife has literally just sunk this man into the deepest form of depression.
Emasculated him, you think? Or is it too strong of a word?
Emasculated. I mean, yeah, because his boss runs over him. His neighbor, Sam, which is his boss, runs all over him too with the trash bags. Like, I would pummel Mark if I could. Yeah, my boy's hella emasculated. But yes, pre-Gemma death Mark, bro. Don't that conversation start? What you reading? Yeah, hey. He's like, hey, baby, don't spoil it. Don't spoil it, baby girl. Don't spoil it.
He's smooth.
I'm like, what?
Smooth.
It's like, oh, Shaq, I can't give you a hand. Oh, this. Nah, what? Oof, this is sick. Oh, he gonna love this. This man was him, Christian. Mark was him before she died. He had that dog in him. Yes, the contrast was beautiful. And that's true, too. These things do happen. Like, in Dark Matter, do you remember when we didn't get to see pre-him, but the universe that Jason 2 went into, that his friend had a DUI, never went to college, never became big. So for that reason, he was just a sad guy. As in, what I'm trying to get to is if things that happen in people's lives that have such an impact on you that it brushes over your mood, personality, demeanor, way of life. And Gemma's death did that to Mark. Because that was a stud. Bro, after the first date, Christian, homeboy popped back up to her office talking about plants. No, I don't like plants. And just make out session right away. Like, he was him, Christian. Bro,
he was so full of life.
They ripped this man's happiness out of his heart. It's insane. These people are cruel. It's fucking sad. Notice, I don't know if you saw this, Christian. When they're having issues with the baby, they go to this fertility clinic. Did you notice the doctor was there?
Which doctor?
The one doctor, Dr. Mayer.
The Whistler?
Yes.
That's what I'm going to call him, the Whistler.
Yes, he was at that clinic.
He was there. I didn't notice that.
It's so quick. It's like Gemma walks in and he passed by Gemma and look at her. Meaning, is this a Lumen fertility clinic? Which I wouldn't be shocked because Lumen is embedded, and I've covered this already, right? They got their own newspaper.
You know what? That makes so much sense too, because I noticed how the room Miss Casey was in, like when she's going between those different split personalities, it was exactly like the clinic.
Yes. The setup was exactly like the clinic. No, that's the replica. She's underground. The clinic was overground because they had freedom. They could go check in and check out. But yes, it literally is an exact replica. The things they sent her, the exercises, it looked like one of the things Dylan stole in season 1. One of those signs. Like, she was like, I don't know why they're sending us these things. Maybe we're just in the Lumen email or something. It's like these people have been monitoring Gemma and Mark for probably so long they probably didn't even know. It's some crazy stuff. But yeah, that is, I wouldn't put it past Lumen because they're embedded so deep into that world where that show takes place. Like, yeah, they got newspapers, they got banks that Irving was applying to. Like, right, newspapers, like I already mentioned with apps, the Chronicle, the Kier Chronicle that Mark reads when he comes back from work. They got a ton of shit. Like, that did already happen. Bert, right, out as pastor was talking about Severance, meaning these people have gotten their ways into religion. These people are into politics. No, Lumen's roots are so deep in that universe, wherever it is that show's taking place.
Yeah, I wonder how far back in time this goes, because I still don't really know the time period that this show is set in.
Right.
I don't know if they'll ever, I don't know, that might be significant in a lot of ways. Because it feels very futuristic, but at the same time, you see, like, I don't know, I don't feel like she would have died. I don't know. I mean, he does look really young there, but it couldn't have been more than 10 years, right? It couldn't have been
two. I joined Lumen 2 years ago. My wife died. 2. It was 2 years ago. No, wait, 2 years later. They were married. I don't know the timeline between when they were married to when they started dating. I don't know that gap time period.
Okay.
No, that's true. She was a Russian literature professor. He was a history professor. These folks are full of life, like donating blood, just doing cute shit. It's insane. The transitions that you mentioned, there's a transition, Christian. Like when they lost the baby, when she just realized she lost the baby, we see the blood and she's like kneeling down in the bathtub. They're zooming in her eyes, and then the transition to her eyes at Lumen, but the eyes are sadder. But it's the same shot. The camera work was sick. I'm not even into camera work, and I was like, bro, I knew I'm like Christian's gonna love this shit, and I was like, this is sick.
Yeah, and okay, my favorite transition that happened was, well, actually, there's a transition that precedes this one too. So the one that precedes my favorite is when Mark turns his head, because he was speaking to Gemma, and then he turns his head, and then all of a sudden now he's Mark S. in the
on the seventh floor?
back at Lumen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Mark S. is talking to the Miss Casey, who's in Lumen that we first were introduced to, and then this leads us into another transition where the room gets rotated, the lights dim, and then we go somewhere weird. The walls get converted into wires, and then it feels like we're looking down that iconic, that GoldenEye movie, The Barrel. You know what I'm talking about?
The Barrel. Never seen it. I'm not from this country. That sounds cool.
It's a classic. It's a classic movie that has this imagery that's like spirals down a barrel, and if you Googled it, it would be the first thing that pops up, and you see what I mean.
Okay.
But the wires made this pattern. It was a spiral, and then the wires, we follow them, and it connects to these monitors in a dark room.
People
with a very familiar looking setup.
Yeah. Yes.
4 people.
Yes. Like the quadrant 4. All 4 of them, analyzing all of them.
Yeah, but it's like these people, they bore slight resemblances to our main 4. As in, like the hair, the facial hair, the gender distribution, the body weight. One guy, there was one guy. He was big, like Dylan. There was another guy who had a mustache, like Irving. Like Irving, and then there was a red-haired woman with short hair.
I did not pick up on that. Oh man.
Yeah, and these, of course, 4 people are looking at monitors that are spying on our main 4. Mm-hmm. Now, that's crazy. I don't even know what to make of that. That's just like, why go as far as to have them look the same? That opens up so many questions. That opens up so many routes the story can go. It's like, are they trying to create duplicates of people? Are they trying to make synthetic copies of people? Like, what is going on? Where they have to look like these characters?
Wait, you didn't finish the show. Are you caught up? Like, are we caught up with you at 7? Did you see 8?
7 is where I stopped. Yeah.
Christian, you're not that far off. Hang in there, persevere. Nothing's done for no reason.
No, I believe it. And then, of course, this gives us another transition that zooms into a screen where one of them is watching Miss Casey. And, or I guess before that, Drummond. That's his name. Mm-hmm. He says, "Is the technology working?" And then the guy who...
Dr. Maurer?
Dr. Maurer. The one who wears, like, the Christmas sweater, right?
It's the one guy. Every room that she goes into, it's the one guy.
Oh. Okay, I was wondering, because this guy, he looks very, like... The way he looks is very, like, piercing.
It's terrible. Oh, I hate it. I hate it for her.
Yeah, like, it looks like he's should be really kind, but then he's not, you know? Mm-hmm. He has very kind eyes and a very kind face.
Really?
But he's doing... That's what I picked up. I mean...
Okay.
Like, he looks like a very charming person. Like, he could charm you. But he's doing these very sinister acts, which betrays any sense of charm that I got from him.
It's so sad,
very
man.
Interesting.
It's wait, but finish your thought, Drummond, what he was saying, the technology. Like.
Yeah. So, let me see. I wrote the exact quote, but I can't find it.
Is the technology ready, you said?
Yeah, that sounds more accurate. Is the technology ready, or like is it working? And that which just ties into like what was going on in that room. What does he mean by that? Is the technology working? Like what kind of technology? You're pioneering one of the craziest technological advancements ever. This ability to split the brain. What's this new technology?
I think that was part of the conversation. Yeah, something's happening between Gemma, Cold Harbor, Mark S. If you remember, the only reason why LER is back downstairs is because they said Mark S. refuses to complete Cold Harbor without her. For that reason, we must give him what he wants.
They have to comply.
Yeah, which homeboy got pulled, but he doesn't even know. It's just crazy. Mm-hmm. So he's integral. He's vital to the succession of this program, Cold Harbor, which is a room that she's never been in. Because she's the different rooms. Yeah. It's so crazy. Like there's this it's the same thing. Right. Wait, no. Okay, let me reserve that for the end. Actually, no. I can play with that all throughout this episode. Remember when Petey told Mark in season 1, although we transition, although you don't remember your wife, you're an any, you would come to the office with sad eyes. We would know that something's wrong, that you've carried downstairs with you, even though you're in any form. As in, the body cannot just... The way the mind, that implant in your brain can just cut you off and cut any you in, the body can't do that transition. It lingers. You notice Gemma's... Yeah.
Oh, no, go ahead.
No, there's one with.
No, I was just going to say the body is like the one thing that they share across
Yes. And that muscle memory and that physical trauma will be shown. Notice, although Gemma never knows what goes on in these rooms. Okay, Miss Casey, since she's in, let's call her what they call her in there. Although Miss Casey is never aware of these, never remember what happens in these rooms. Do you see her reaction when she opened her wardrobe and see the red dress? She's like, not again. Like, she doesn't even know what that is. Like, and of course, every room that she goes into, right, is just memories wiped. Now, for you to just remember the last time you were here, which is why she's like, hey, I was just here. Like, oh, it's a dentist, we have to do it again. It's like, please, can we not do this? Because the last thing she remembered was being in this room. Although it might not be 6 months, because this guy is
6 weeks. Or like 2 weeks.
No, not in terms of week. The doctor's slowly, like aggressively becoming infatuated with Gemma. Like, as telling her, just so you know, your husband remarried, he's moved on, maybe you should too. Like, in the other room where she has to painfully rewrite thank you letters for Christmas, and as he's leaving, and he's like, I love you, can you say it too? Like, he's slowly forming a bond with someone who hates him, but she doesn't even know why she hates him. That's the thing. Because when she steps out of these rooms, they take away her memories, Christian. It's just when someone is just so bad to their core, when you've had enough, it's like instinct. You know how dogs just say can feel if someone's bad or something like that. She doesn't remember any of these things, which is why he checks with her every time she gets out of a room at the end of the day. Like, where did you go today? I don't remember. Just to see if the technology is working, if the disconnections are happening. Not disconnections, if the cuts are happening, if you're not taking anything out of those rooms. And some of those rooms are such traumatic things, man. Like a plane that's going through like turbulence, that you have to constantly live that, Christian. And of course, homeboy is just acting like the food it's not a fucking plane, it's just a room. She's probably no, she's not asleep. She's alive. She's up for that, but it's probably just like a room that's doing it. Yeah, they put her through all these things, man. One of the rooms' name is Saint Pierre, which is so sick. It's probably named after me. I don't know why. It is what it is.
You're probably like, oh, I'll make this show.
Ben Stiller knows Saint Pierre. I'm no saint, It is what it is. I'll take it. Cairns, Christian. One of the rooms was Cairns. Fun fact: I've been to Cairns. That's one of the. That's one of the regions in Australia. Like, I swam in the Great Barrier Reef in Cairns. The name of the restaurants in Cairns, Christian? Bing and Grind, Cock and Bull.
Oh, that's okay. I remember you telling me this.
Yeah, that's Australia.
That's crazy.
Sick. No, Cairns was sick. Brisbane was cool too for the zoo. Yeah, I hopped around Australia as much as I could. I won't go back. It's too far. It was like fucking 21 hours on the plane, like from here to Cali, from there to Cali. Just no, never again. But it was great. It was fun. I fed kangaroos. I loved it. Yeah. The different rooms. It's fucking sick, man. It's sad. They put this chick through so much.
Yeah, it reminds me a little bit of Maze Runner. Spoilers.
Yeah, I did watch all of them.
Yeah, the whole mystery. I'm pretty sure it was revolving around testing how the brain reacts in very high intensity moments. So, like, the whole key to solving the mystery of... Oh, no. Because there was a virus outside of the maze that was plaguing humanity. And these kids were put in the maze where they were immune. So the doctors wanted to track their brain activity so that they could map whatever's going on in their brain to a cure. But in order to get that mapping, they had to spike certain parts of their brain. So, like, they had to spike the fear response. They had to spike the curiosity response or things like that. That's a big
spoiler, yeah.
It's a huge spoiler. Yeah.
It's literally, that's what the movie's about, yeah. No, you didn't watch the movie. You read the books, right?
Yeah.
I watched the movies. I actually like Maze Runner a lot.
No, the first book, I always compare it to Attack on Titan. I really do. The way that each chapter ends, it just leaves you on this hook where you're just like, what is going to happen? It's so great. It really is. I really do feel like the first book specifically is like Attack on Titan in terms of structure. But the second book and the third book, they derail.
They derail.
But it does not keep up the beauty the perfection that was the first book. But I digress. Anyway.
Yeah, that's like that for a lot of things. Like, yeah, a lot of first, especially in music. Again, that's my take, right? This is subjective. Like, Louis Capaldi's first album, Christian. Oh my God, just bangers after bangers after bangers. It's insane. You know what that is. He's a guy that did Before You Go. You probably don't even know it, Before You Go, or Someone You Used to Love. Anyway, it's called Divinely Uninspired to Hellish Extent, which is such a weird long name, but the album's so good that's engraved in my head. Christian, just bangers. After that, I don't think he was able to repeat it because I downloaded the second album. It wasn't that good. Just Sam Smith did that too in The Lonely Hour. He repeated that actually with The Thrill of It All. But it's yeah. Some artists, some people like put their best foot forward because that's your way to get out, and sometimes they can never recreate that.
Right.
Others maintain that consistency throughout their careers, and those are the real gems.
Christopher Nolan.
Christopher Nolan, bro. Nah, some crazy shit. And another thing too, when like to leave his guard down, there's so many scenes. Right, so to get away from the doctor, we were told, she bit you once. Oh yeah, when he was talking to Drummond, I'm fond of her, and I think she's fond of me too. We're like, dude, you're fucking creepy.
You psycho.
Like, right. Like, Gemma's bad, bro. Gemma's bad. She's not into you. Honestly, Gemma's
doesn't even know
Gemma's
you.
A very beautiful woman.
Yeah.
Just like, bro, get out of here, man. She's thinking about Mark. So she bit him once. Again, his guards are down. He's thinking he's getting in her head, so he turned over his back to shit all over the woman's husband. He remarried. He has a daughter now, and she hit him again. Christian, that scene of her trying to escape, like of her timing when no one will be, like she has his card. She get in the elevator. Of course, you don't know because your brain, that elevator is the same as a door. It activates another portion because downstairs your Gemma, she's not severed. Yeah, the severed floor is the only floor that's severed. The rooms are severed, not the floor. Christian, on the testing floor, they call her Gemma. She's Gemma, but each room that she goes in, she's severed on the testing floor. So when she grabbed the doctor's key card, get in the elevator, she wants to escape, and then unfortunately she flipped back into Miss Casey. And unluckily, she comes face to face with Mr. Milchick. His ability to think of a lie on the spot. Like, am I lost? Like, no, you're out. You just came in for a public art exhibition and got confused in the elevator. Off you go. Go now. But
I mean, he probably. Well, I was gonna say, he probably saw her on the camera, but it was pretty quick.
Yeah, that's true. No, he probably did see her on the camera. When I mentioned the body, right? Right. See how she doesn't even know what's down there, but she has a bad feeling because she's severed. She's Miss Casey. She doesn't know what's going on down there, but she's like, "Can I stay?" She reluctantly turns away, bro, and her eyes get so sad. Like she knows this is wrong. Like I don't know what it is, but it's wrong. Oh, the body remembers, man. Oh, it's crazy. And when the elevator opened up, and that creepy lady, and she's crying for Mark. Like, there's nothing more painful, in my opinion, than realizing there's no way out. Like my fiance and I, we talk a lot about this, right? Where our greatest fears, like, is knowing you're about to die and you can't do anything about it. Like let's say you get kidnapped, Christian, organ trafficking, and you wake up on that table. The doctor's about to start slicing you open. Just.
I've had that thought like a couple times. Like, what if I was kidnapped? And then
there's no way out.
Experiments.
And you see the end.
Oh, dude, I just remembered. There's this story. Oh man, it's so sad. I don't even. It was. Oh god. I'm not gonna talk too much about it because it really is. It's one of the most gruesome things I remember reading. It's about this girl. Her name is Junko, and she was. Oh, what makes it so depressing is that. Okay, so there was this girl. Her name was Junko. She was captured by these teenagers because she's a teenager.
Christian, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you know the story, right? And how
the fact that. Go ahead. No, let me finish your shit. I know what you're talking about. This is one of the saddest things I've read as a kid.
Yeah, and I think I know what you were about to say. Like, they tortured her in ways that are despicable.
But like, I remember this so vividly. Also, the fuck? No, the boys need to die.
Yeah, I'm walking free.
Not just that. Their parents, Christian.
Oh my god.
That's another thing that story doesn't highlight. I don't understand why. Like, your sons, your kids, or your seeds It's what you've taught them or allowed them to see, allowed them to experiment with. There's no way regular teenage boys, they weren't even teenage, they're like 10, 12, or 8, I think, if I remember, can torture someone, force them to eat their feces, like force them to drink pee, like beat her up. Like, no. It's insane, man. It's just, fuck. It's just,
her name is Junko Furuta.
Fuck, man. I don't know what happened to these kids. These guys probably grew up and I think they had money. If they did, their identities can easily just be fucking, just rewrite their fucking, wipe out their criminal records and just drop them back in civilization under new identities or clean slate for them to go do this again. But it is what it is. That's the justice system for you. But yeah, it's some fucking crazy shit, man. Fuck. I know that story. I read that story in high school or college. That I was like, why am I reading this?
I think that's when I heard about it too. Like maybe in college.
How did we get there? How did you take us here? The fucking fear of waking up. Right. The last thing to tie me back in. Right. Like, imagine her on day 100, like after being tortured, knowing I'm about to get tortured again. Like, just fuck, man. It's crazy shit. In the subject of torture, and well, for mine, not the one you brought up, where you wake up on a table. Fun fact, well, that's not a fun fact at all. Gemma, Miss Casey, in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., a Marvel TV show, which I loved, Christian. I watched all of the shit, maybe twice. She was fucking harvested harvested. Fuck, verb get in there. Like, yeah, her power was that she could heal. So for that reason, she was captured by Fedra, and they experimented on her. Yeah. I said Fedra, Hydra. That's Last of Us. Yeah. They cut her open. It's just, she regenerated, of course, but they just put her through that, man.
That's pretty dark for Marvel.
Yeah, that was pretty dark. And then they left her remains like some fucking dead dog. And she healed again, but she carried that. Her name was Jailing. She was Sky's mother. Same actress. Yeah. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was the fucking shit. But yeah, man, it's so sad. She finds herself back there and crying for Mark. There's no way out. There was only sad scenes. The scenes when she gives up because the treatment is so painful. That's outside Gemma. Well, that's Gemma, not Miss Casey, on the outside. And Mark has to disassemble the crib. Bro, Christian, you know how hard that is? Like, your hopes are up. You have a whole room dedicated for a baby who's coming. You're optimistic, and it's not going to happen. You have to just shatter that.
Interesting. You saw it as disassembling. I saw it as like assembling out of frustration. Like, they want a kid and he's building it, but he's messing up while he's building it, so he's taking it out on the crib, both the fact that he's messing up and the miscarriage. That's how I take it.
Well, listen, man, great stories can do that shit. Multiple perspectives. No, this was wow. Like, for just an hour, because this episode was pretty long, like, they take us through what she goes through, and the interactions are quick, but at the same time very potent. Like, they hit hard because you can see it. Like, the reaction from her body tells you this has been done over and over. Although for her, we're only seeing it once. Although she's not supposed to have the memory of it. Like how her hands are cracking from rewriting that note, and they should just zoom in on the handwriting, who's barely legible at this. Legible, is that how you say it? Is that the thing? Yeah, you can't even read it because she's been writing it so long, and that creepy fucking dude is sitting. Like, let's say it's your last time. Just shut. It's like Dr. Maurer, bro. Fuck. Ugh. It's sad, man. Mark barely made it. Like, Mark was supposed to go that night too, but he was grading papers, so she went by herself. It's insane. Yeah, so much stuff. He woke up crying, man. Yeah, I think the reintegration, that's probably a part of it. Like, he really did go down memory lane, and also he did see him with Miss Casey, because Reghabi did say she's gonna sleep for a few hours. It's crazy. I love Devon's acknowledgement that she's smarter than her. She's like, okay, I know you're smarter than me.
Devon definitely did some stupid stuff this episode, so it makes sense. Dude, when she was like, I'm gonna call Cobell, it's like, bitch, what the like, oh my god. That was because Reghabi, I haven't mentioned this, but Reghabi has been very on edge. Like, very the slightest hint that, like, if anything you say could set her off. That was the one moment where I was like, all right, Reghabi, let her have it. Go in on her. That's the one moment where she was like, okay, you do what you have to do. I was like,
I'm out. No, Christian, that's the best thing you can do. Also, it's crazy. In the moment, Devon doesn't understand how dangerous Cobell is. For Reghabi to have gotten this far with Mark to be like, "Oh, you gonna call this bitch? Okay, I'm out. That is what it is." Like, I didn't do this. None of you did this.
Now that was an instance of a character like being way too. Like they should have been like, she was just, that was crazy.
Well, Christian, she's aware of who Cobell is. We're aware of who Cobell is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because think about it, right? You've been under the radar for this long. These people have been able to track you, but not a precise or accurate location. But they've narrowed you down. Remember, what's some boy who died that he killed, the security guard? I don't remember his name. Like, hey, she's at that university. That's where she's hiding. Like, they were getting close to her. Like, they were about to get her back. So any little thing that insinuates that you will put these people in my vicinity or a whiff of me, I'm fucking out. Because I know who they are. And the fact that you know who they are and you're calling this bitch. Like, what is wrong with you? Yeah, Reghabi just took off. It's fucking sad. It's crazy shit.
But that was, those are the main beats, man. Is there anything else?
No, there's just nothing else. Yeah. Gemma is suffering. We'll see more of Gemma next time.
Yep.
It's been real.
Yes. Season 2, episode 7 in the books. See you next time.
2 more to go. Going to sleep. Bye.
Bye.